Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran, and today is a weigh-in day. It is my official weigh-in for the week, and I am here to share what happened this week. So I have a paper with all kinds of scribbles on it because this week is frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I swear, 1 week is frustrating, 1 week is exciting. I don't know what's happening. But let me go ahead. I actually made a quick video yesterday to kind of talk about what is happening. So I'm very frustrated at the numbers on the scale. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad. So last week I lost 3.1 pounds and I was tickled. And the very next day the scale showed me down 5 more pounds. Yeah, actually still tickled. The next day I was still down, maybe even a pound more. And then every day thereafter, I have gained about a pound or 2 a day. I don't know. I mean, the theory of the soda, did not drink any this week. I did have a small piece of cake that I made for Jason. A piece. I did not have a piece every night. I had a small piece once. I've managed how many servings of bread and potatoes I've had. I've done good. Not really sure what's happening. It's frustrating. But you know what? I'm doing good for my body. I can feel my body changing. Things that used to be difficult are not difficult. So my body is doing good. So I know I'm doing what I need to do. The scales are stupid. So yes, I lost the 3.1 pounds last week. And immediately the scales went down further, like way further. I was so excited. I was feeling on top of the world. I was keeping my food in line. I was doing what I needed to do. And then after 2 days of that nice low, my weight just started creeping back up every day. And I'm like sitting there powerless to stop it. I don't know what was happening. So, but without further ado, I'm going to talk to you and tell you that I am showing a gain. The 3.1 pounds I lost last week, it's back. I don't know. I'm not giving up because I can see how my body is actually doing so much better with exercise, movement, how I'm handling walking more and more and more. I mean, a couple months ago, I would walk a little bit, an hour, and I'd be like, oh my word, my back hurts so bad. And then my legs would be so sore the rest of the day. None of that. I'm looking at least double every day, if not triple. And my legs are fine. I mean, yeah, my knee hurts from arthritis, but you know, that's a whole different story. So I can see that. I can see how mentally I am much more confident because of the 75 hard challenge. So I'm doing what's good, but the scales are not working with me. So I see what's good. I'm not giving up because it's good. So I sat down, I'm like, I've got to figure this out. So I started to look at the week that I lost versus this week and say, what is different? And here is the stats from the week. This week I actually walked 2,613 steps more than last week. I did more walking. My indoor exercise remained the same at the 45 minutes. Relatively similar, if not a little bit better this week. I maintained and did not drink any pop. Because last week I was like, I think maybe the diet soda made a difference. So I did not drink any this week. Not a drip, not a drop, not a sip, nothing. I drank more water this week because I actually had been trying to up my water. So my water consumption actually went up. There was actually probably about 4 days that I drank more than what I'm required to drink for my challenge. So doing better with water this week. I'm telling you. So you can see that my exercise and my water and drinking consumption is the same, if not better. So that means we have to turn to food because, you know, weight is lost in the kitchen and not in the gym. So let's look at the food. So just figured out the average calories, and for this week my average calories per day was 1,358 calories. Last week my calories averaged out to be 1,200 92 calories. So I ate an average of 66 calories per day more this week than I did last week. You know, that's pretty negligible. That's actually probably maybe 700 calories extra for this week, but it was a little bit more. So let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the macros. Now, I had 3 things that pretty much stayed the same. They all came out to be pretty much the same, maybe 1 gram off. Carbs. This week I averaged 139 grams. Last week I averaged 138. So I was 1 gram higher per day. Fiber. This week I averaged 12. Last week I averaged 11. This week I was 1 gram higher per day. Fiber is good, so that's a good higher. And cholesterol, this week I averaged 111. Last week I averaged 115. So that one was lower. So that really the only bad thing on that was my carbs. I went up by 1 gram per day. Not bad. So let's talk about the rest. Sodium. My average was 1,855 this week. Last week it was 1,809. So it went up by 46 grams per day. That could be part of it, maybe. Sodium causes water retention. My fat this week was an average of 65 grams. Last week it was an average of 54. So I did eat more fat by 11 grams a day. Sugar, this week was 42 grams. Last week was 35 grams. So I had more sugar. Thank you, Valentine's Day. And protein. This week was 51 grams of protein average a day. Last week was 61. So last week I ate more protein. So where does all this information lead me? I'm going to continue with my steps, my exercise, my water. Soda, I will probably limit it maybe just to 1 night a weekend. Calories, I think I'm doing good. I think that one was pretty negligible. 60 calories a day is pretty close to being negligible. I think I'm going to try to up my protein. Everything I read about people my age say that protein is a huge factor. So I'm going to try to up my protein. My average goal is 88 grams. So I'm not hitting my 88 grams. So I'm going to try to really up that this week. That's going to be my biggest one. I'm going to focus on protein. The other things, I'm going to have to be careful with my fat because protein a lot of times brings fat, but I'm going to see what I can do. So, not giving up, still happy with some of the things in my life, not happy with the scales, but I've got plans, I've got ideas. Never give up, no excuses.